Hello everyone, Cowbunger. We're back reacting to more MultiVersus stuff. The main thing that I'm going to be talking about here is good old Jason Voorhees here. And once I'm done talking about him, I will be playing these videos as well, showcasing new stages in the game that look very, very freaking cool. I watched both of the videos, but I'm just going to play them in the background while I talk about some stuff about this game. But first, I want to look at Jason here because I have not watched any of his stuff, any of his gameplay. Well, I wouldn't say any, but a lot of the stuff that's come out about him I haven't really watched. So I can say, like, seeing him in motion now, I talked about how his proportions were a little bit off, but I think seeing him in motion now, God, he's killing them all. I think in-game he's looking pretty good. Like, I'm kind of used to how he's looking now, and honestly, my impressions of the model came from, like, that leaked version of him, and this model that he has now, compared to that leaked version, is a lot better. Oh my god, he just throws people from body bags. I haven't watched a lot of Friday the 13th movies, so I don't really get the references in a lot of different things.
No one in MultiVersus is safe.
Okay. Is that like Agent Smith talking?
When we get out of here, we gotta keep in touch, dude.
Jeez, he's got blood on his freaking knife, bro.
Oh my god.
That's one thing that I wanted to see from his machete on that leaked thing too, but looks fun. What? Excuse me? He does a moonwalk? Does he do that in the movies? That'd be really funny if he did. Yeah, he's looking cool. This trailer is super sick too. He's got like a dive kick type of move.
He's camped in the shadows.
Seems like he's got a bunch of like different kinds of command grabs. He's got a teleport.
He's been hunting for rabbits. On May 28th,
I've heard him say that before.
no one
He puts him in the body bag. That's my favorite thing. It's a cool dash attack.
is safe.
Yeah, I really like how he looks in this game, actually. I don't think I have any problems with it at this point.
Keep in touch, dude.
He's looking fantastic.
Oh my god.
It's funny. That's actually, I think, like a reference right there, where Jake turns into a car. So he's driving away from Jason as somebody else gets murdered. That seems like a reference. It probably is. Let me actually bring up his moveset video now, because this is the interesting stuff. Oh my god. Of course. That's his dash attack. It plays like little strings during it. That's funny. Ground neutral. Oh, and then he runs forward automatically if you charge it. That's cool. Side attack. 3 hit. He just gets a bed out and like slams. That has to be one of the ways he kills somebody. Again, I haven't watched the movies all that much, but that's pretty cool. More moves that just advance him forward. It's cool neutral air. Cut them down. From below. Okay. Yep. Classic down air. Fist of Doom. Hold on, I need to read that. So, channel Rage to trade self-inflicting damage for gray health. Allies also receive a small amount of gray health. While enraged, move faster and deal more damage and knock back on next attack. Enrage ends when attack is used or gray health is depleted. So this seems like that's the attack that you could use there. I don't know if that has like a hitbox on it. But one interesting thing about this game, before I continue, is that they got rid of the support class. So now, in a way, like mages can be support and tanks can be support. Maybe they'll open that up to the bruisers and the rushdowns too in some ways. Like, they'll just have different ways of supporting their teammates. So no matter what, like every character can support. It's not just limited to like one class that mainly handles it. I kind of like that change. I think it'll probably end up being good. Mist step, that's funny. So, step into the mist and teleport forward. Opponents near mist force back with force. Alright, this is up next. Special ground up. Catch the victim and then slam them. I would have to assume this is a grab in a way, but I mean, the thing about command grabs in a game like this is that since there's not really shields, there's armor, so you can go through armor, but since there's not really any shields, yeah, stuff that grabs people isn't really as impactful. Yeah, unless you're fighting somebody with armor. You can just, like, slam them around. That's really funny. Special will throw the bag as a projectile with the victim inside. I'm guessing they can mash out of that. If they couldn't, then that'd be kind of crazy. Special air neutral. So you grab them and then stab them a lot. That's cool. Yep, same thing. So he's got a good recovery. That goes a long distance in the air. Rising strike. They gave him the Batman uppercut. That's crazy. Ooh. Okay. So it does the second part if you land on the ground. That's cool. Passives, relentless immune to knockback while gray health is active. Oh man. Yeah, so he's just a tank. He's like the advancing tank that you cannot stop and you're gonna have to face. Which seems very appropriate for Jason. I like that a ton. So, overall, Jason's looking great. I'm probably actually gonna play him quite a bit. I think the two characters I'm gonna play are gonna be Joker and Jason, and then I'll play Banana Guard, obviously, because he's a newer character, but I don't know if I'm going to like him as much as Joker or Jason. I think Jason's right up my alley. He's a tank character that has armor, that has command grabs, and has range. That is, like, perfect for me. So I might end up being a Jason Voorhees main, honestly. While I play this, I'm going to play it just in case you guys haven't seen it. I'll do slow motion, too. I'm going to talk about MultiVersus real quick. About this relaunch, and if I think it's going to succeed. Personally, there's a lot of good things that I'm seeing about this game. The main thing that I've seen is that people who played the beta are going to get the season pass for free. So they're going to be getting all the cosmetics. And the season pass thing, also, like the battle pass, whatever you want to call it, it also includes enough Gleamium or whatever currency you use to buy battle passes to get the next battle pass, which I think is really cool. That means that if you actually keep up with the game and play it and you complete the battle pass, you'll be rewarded by not having to pay for the next battle pass. I think that's really, like, genuinely so cool, because most of these free-to-play games, they don't allow you to do stuff like that. Like, I think the worst thing about these battle pass systems, whenever they're added to any of these dang games, even non-free-to-play games, like I know, for example, there's Chocobo Racing. Square Enix tried to get away with making it free to play, but even if you bought the game, you would have to buy the season pass, which is just completely messed up, and I just hate it. I hate battle passes, to be completely honest with you. I just sometimes wish that if there's something that I could buy, that I could just buy it, and, you know, it wouldn't be limited to the store, and the stores only have so many things in them, and it's just kind of annoying. But if MultiVersus is going to have a system where as long as you keep up with the game, you're going to be rewarded with stuff, with battle passes over and over again, that's like the most consumer-friendly way that they could possibly do it, and that makes me really happy. Other than that, there's been a bunch of gameplay changes. I watched a video from, I want to say the channel is actually called MultiVersus Academy or Smash Academy, something like that. But they had an early preview of the game, and I was watching some of the gameplay, and they were talking about new mechanics. Not just the parry, but with the dodge system now, they have made it so that if you dodge too much and you deplete your meter completely, that you'll be in this state where your dodge is worse. Mainly, you don't have any intangibility, but it's like worse in every single way too. And you're going to be in this state for a set period of time until your dodge meter fills back up. And in this time, you're basically just combo food, which I think is absolutely amazing. It's exactly what the dodge meter needed, so that if you spam it, you're going to get punished by basically being so screwed that you're just going to die for sure. Like, there's no way, with how MultiVersus is for, again, how kind of slow you move around. Like, in this game, the benefit of people moving slower is that they can't really run away from you forever. So eventually they're going to have to fight you. You're going to have to be approached. And you're going to have to make the right decision. And if you don't have a dodge, the dodge is the best way to get out of any sort of disadvantaged state in this game. If you don't have a dodge, then you're just screwed. So I think that's awesome. This is also awesome too, by the way. Mojo Jojo just coming in and destroying the stage that you're on, throwing bombs, all that good stuff. Like, this is a super casual stage, but I love stuff like this. Like, the content in this game, really, between some of the gameplay changes that there have been that just fully enhance the experience. Again, there's like an anti-camping mechanic in the game too, where if you just don't hit somebody for long enough, the game can apparently tell when you're the one who's running away, right? And or if you're the one who's trying to hit somebody but they're like constantly running away. Apparently you can tell because if you don't get hit long enough, then your dodge meter just completely depletes and you're not allowed to run away anymore, because again, as soon as your dodge meter goes, you just can't run away from somebody. It's going to be impossible. Between the battle pass stuff, that's rewarding players that already played the game, they're already invested. Hopefully the netcode is good. I'm hoping that is. People have been saying that it is good from people who've gotten to play the game early, so that's cool. And the big thing about this game that I really wanted to talk about was the content pipeline that they have potentially going. Now, I'm not 100% sure what's going on with that. I have heard things. I'm not sure if they're true. If you want to like correct me in the comments, please do. But I heard that they're gonna do 3 character releases. So like, instead of just doing one character every couple weeks or so, like every 2 or 3 weeks, like they're kind of doing, they're gonna do, I think, 3 characters a month. That's what I heard, but I think something sustainable would be like 3 characters every month and a half or something like that. But if they can do 3 characters a month, that's kind of crazy. And again, these characters will all be released at the same time. And then on top of that, they're going to do stages like this every whenever they can, basically. I don't think they really have a set schedule for the stages. So that could be very interesting. If they can keep up a pipeline of doing 3 characters a month, that will keep hype pretty consistently on the game, because what they could do is they could tease one character one week, they could tease another character another week, they could tease the third character, jeez, I can't talk, on the 3rd week, and the 4th week, that's when all the characters like release. So that could build a very efficient pipeline for content, not just in-game content, because we gotta remember, when you're making a game like this to this scale with all these crossovers, Smash showed that the most important thing about this type of game is to build up hype through advertising. And they potentially have a very good advertising content pipeline, as well as just like a game content pipeline going on here, if this stuff is true. And I think, again, that's more important than anything else. Like, you got to get eyes on your game by consistently keeping the game on people's minds. There's not really, like, besides Smash and Brawlhalla, I don't think any platform fighter is really good at consistently keeping hype on their game. If MultiVersus can pull it off, then they're going to be in a very good spot, because honest to God, even if the gameplay is not too different and people still have a lot of the same problems with it that they had before, it's not even going to really matter all too much, because as long as they're always keeping the game in people's minds, always adding new characters, always adding new content outside of the characters, like who knows, with the single player they could add new stuff along with the new characters. Like they could create like new nodes, for example, with different objectives, different types of battles that you have to complete, so that again can create single player content for people who don't like to play the multiplayer for whatever reason. Again, even if the netcode decides to crap itself for whatever reason, hopefully it doesn't, but if it does, at the very least, people could potentially have consistent new single-player content in the game as well. Even if it's just little stuff like new battles within the single player, like I'm sure people would still come back for that. If they add more bosses, and my god, I mean, really, the possibilities are endless. So, I personally think, with how I was thinking when stuff first was starting to come out about this game, like, I wasn't too confident in the game's success or potential success, but the more and more I'm seeing of this game now that we're only a couple days away from this thing releasing, I think that this game is in a really good spot. Like, genuinely. I think a lot of the things that I had problems with in terms of the gameplay have been addressed. They're adding new content, and it's going to be consistent new content. There's always going to be people making content for the game, because they're always going to have a new character or stage to make videos about, or they could just grind the battle pass through streaming it. And then on top of that, I just seen today too that they're going to promote like Twitch drops for exclusive cosmetics and stuff, so that will make people watch the MultiVersus streams, and it'll just look good on them. Even if people are just watching streamers for the drops, like, it's still gonna look good when MultiVersus always has a crap ton of viewers during these drop things. Yeah, I mean, they're doing everything right. It seriously just feels like they're doing everything they can to have the game succeed at this point. So I hope they do succeed. And one thing that they haven't really focused on, but I'm thinking that they're really going to focus on, because I've already seen community tournaments, for example, have huge pot prizes, but the competitive side of things, I think, is also going to be a really important thing that they're going to push for this game. Again, I think a lot of the changes that they made with making the character models bigger have tried to help make the game more understandable as a game that can be viewed, not just, because when you're playing MultiVersus, you understand what's going on, but when you're watching it, not so much. So they've tried to address that in some different ways. I want to see how this goes, man. I want to see how MultiVersus evolves as a game, as something that people want to play and see and want to get hyped for. I don't really see a reason why it would fail, outside of, again, just people maybe not just caring about the gameplay of the game, but I can't really see that. I can't really see that, honestly, because as far as I'm concerned, the game is pretty easy to play as it is, and it's hard to master, you know? Like, it was always hard to play 1v1s especially, my god, but I think it's going to be a bit of a balanced experience, way more balanced than it used to be now. A lot of the gameplay that I saw too, like characters seem to be dying faster, combos seem to be a little more consistent and fun. So I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of sauce to the game. There's different techs that you can do. I can't really see how there wouldn't be a lot of people trying to pick this game up and learn it competitively, especially with the pop prizes and stuff. And then just in general, I don't see how people couldn't just pop in on this thing every single day and try to do their daily challenges or whatever and get bored of it, really, because there's going to be constant new content. It's free to play. I mean, like, why not? There's always something to do. So, yeah, that's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling like MultiVersus is in an extremely good spot. And I think that with teasing iconic characters too, you've got a lot in store. I think they're really starting to prioritize the right characters to hype up. MultiVersus, I really think it's going to be in a good spot. I hope that I don't jinx it. It actually like sucks and it, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even want to bring the thought into place because I want the game to succeed, and I hope all you guys want it to succeed as well. If it's not your thing, fine, but platform fighters, man, they're my deal. So as long as platform fighters are strong, then I can make videos about them and have a lot of fun. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hopefully my next video or live stream will be of me playing MultiVersus. If not, maybe I'll just do something in between, but I am playing a lot of Paper Mario right now for channel members and coffee supporters. If you want to see my playthrough of 1,000 Year Door, the remake of it, of course, then you can support me. Give me money, that would be great. That's what I've been spending a lot of my time on, is just making videos for those people. And I have over 100 videos that you can watch. It's like hours upon hours upon hours of content that you've never seen before. If you like me, you like my content for whatever reason, then it's a possibility. You should look into it. But I'm out. Bye, guys.